Thanks to all of you out there. Our YouTube channel has surpassed the 1,000 subscribers. I am Chef Tony Scarpati, personal chef Tony Scarpati. A lot of people are confused what a personal chef is. I have that question often. Some people think the chef always needs to be in a restaurant kitchen. Not in this case. A personal chef actually caters to your needs, your individual needs. I have clients and families that they like different things. I build the menu around the family. Special needs or just change the diet with season and etc. I have a special family today that don't need gluten, for example, or other cuts of meat and etc. Today we are going to make kale. We're going to prepare kale in a way that they like, and then I'm also going to explain to you other things that you could do with kale. Kale is a wonderful, very healthy, wonderful vegetables. Can look really tough to some people. It's very easy. We're going to prepare it today. What is kale? It's this wonderful deep green vegetable. In Italian, this is called the cavolo riccio. It's in the same family as cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, etc. Now, some people might be a little intimidated to how to prepare this. Very simple, it's super, very simple. Me growing up, I had it since a little child. My siblings and my cousins, we all ate greens, so it was never an issue. Of course, if you try to get a 10, 12-year-old, all of a sudden you put kale in front of it and say, eat this stuff, you know, you're going to have a little bit more of a difficulty to introduce. But it's not impossible. If you make it fun, and most of all, if you get your kids to help you prepare, it's always another incentive for them to try after. Oh, I made this with mommy, I made this with daddy, let me try it. It works, believe me. If there was a little issue with some kids in my family that was like, you know, I don't like it, without even tasting it. First of all, it was not acceptable. I don't like if you don't taste. It's like you taste it first, then you explain what you don't like, and you know, it's almost like being in court. If you gotta prove it. Or there was the simple answer from grandma. It was o da mangi stamanest o da vutta pafanest, Neapolitan, which means I'm not going to get up and go to the kitchen to make you something else. This is what we got on the table. If you don't like it, jump out of the window. That's it. As simple as that. Let's go prepare it. There are many things we can do with kale. Today we're going to do a simple saute, almost like a broccoli rabe, you know, garlic, pepperoncino if you like, olive oil, saltati, let it steam with their own water that comes out of the vegetable with the rest of the ingredients. I like to add some nuts, which gives a nice little crunch. What do you do with that? You can do little crostini, put on the side of your favorite cut of meat. You can also put it in a soup, a nice vegetable soup, or with a little rice in there, or just simply soup and vegetables. The kale is going to make it delicious and nutritious. You can make kale chips by sprinkle some spices that you might like, bake them in the oven until they're nice and crisp, and then you can sprinkle a little Parmigiano or something for flavors, or just have them as a snack with a little dip. Fantastic. What else? There are other things you could do. Essentially, you can even do pasta with it. You know, you just toss boiler pasta, you toss some of, I would saute them first, then you toss them into the pasta, you sprinkle a little Parmesan on top, and simple and fantastic. So here we go. We're going to start by adding some good olive oil. The amount is depending on the amount of kale you're preparing. Garlic, some garlic clove. I just give it a little smush and leave it all, because if you don't want to eat it, you can always take it out and you got the flavors in there. How many? Well, do you like garlic? You don't. Some people like just one for the flavor. I like a little more without going overboard. Do we like a little hot pepper? I do. But it's totally up to you if you like it or not. I like my little kid. Of course, you know, if you're trying to convince those little kids to start eating kale, you might want to opt off the flakes here. There we go, without going too hot, because you don't want to fry those. So we are going, as you can hear, just a slow sizzle. If you waited too long and the pan would be too hot, then the first you put in, they will get scorched and kind of burn. So here we have it. We go medium-low heat. I'm going to cover for a few minutes. Now remember, there are several ways you can buy kale. You can buy in a bunch. You see them very often in the supermarket, which you can find all year round, by the way. Or these, and then you chop it yourself, you wash them like we did today. These days they also come in bags, already chopped for you, pre-cleaned. I always give it an extra rinse, just to make sure. I'm gonna get the fire up a little bit, and I want to see if the kale itself contains enough moisture. I like to add, I see that I would like to add a little liquid in there. Now you can do several things. You can take a little chicken broth, vegetable broth, whatever you prefer, or you can even use like some green tea, just to add a little bit of extra flavor. This is green tea. You give it a toss. At this point, I like to add some, before they get too, you want to cook kale a little extra than let's say you would do with spinach, because I want to control my fire. I don't go too high or too low. If you did spinach, it cooks in like 30 seconds flat. These are a little tougher as a vegetable. Now we can put a little walnuts, we can put a little macadamia nut. You can do a combination. What do we do today? I'm going to go with the little walnuts. We're going to go a little variety here. And I'm even going to add a few pine nuts. Love pine nuts, which it's really not a nut. We're going to add a little pinch of salt. Again, salt is totally up to you. A little pepper. If I add a large amount, I will cover it again and let it cook long. In this case, I'm just going to saute it and let it maybe get a little browning on the nuts. They're gonna, the nuts also have a lot of good omega-3 oil. They're gonna start, with the heat, they're gonna start coming out and share flavor with the kale, with everything else in there. It's absolutely, it's gonna be delicious. As I said, you can put this next to a dish, or you can actually just have a snack and have that with a glass of wine or a cup of tea or something. I'm going to shut the fire off. How long are you going to cook it? how wilted you want it. It's really up to you. I have people that like it cooked a long time until they're really soft. I like a crunch. I like to bite. Just like I like pasta al dente, some people might like pasta cooked a little more. Now, to me this is perfect. Also because when it's a little bit on the crunchy side, it maintains the bright green, beautiful color. So I'm gonna go and plate it. And there you have it. Isn't that beautiful? Here's another little idea. After we saute, now this can also be an ingredient for something else. In this case, I have here a multi-grain, gluten-free bread that I toasted to a nice golden brown. I have some goat cheese. I throw some little cherry tomatoes and olives. We take some of these beauties here and put right on top, right there. Make sure to have some of those nuts. As I said, the garlic, now the taste of the garlic is already in there. So you could, if you like, I can eat garlic, so I'll throw the garlic right in there. Or you can just discard it. You know, you take this, you put it on the side, and the job is done for them. That is your crostini con cavolo riccio. I want to thank my past, my present, my future subscribers. Thanks to you, the show is going great. And I promise you, we're gonna bring more and more to your screen so you can enjoy and do these wonderful dishes at home. Should you have any questions, anything that puzzles you, you walk in a supermarket, you see something that intrigues you, but you don't know what to do. Well, you can always count on us. Ask Chef Tony. Va bene?